please stand for the pledge.
Here.
Bill Pinto. Myself, Mel Hanson. Santiago. Sean O'Connor. I'm sorry. I am not present is Diego Capella and Fernando Casale. First things, before we even get started, if you take a look at the minutes and everything like that, oh, Amanda Lamb's not here either. Can somebody remind me, or can somebody just let Amanda know I need some printer ink? Epson 78.6, preferably 1 2-pack of black and 1 3-pack, the color, the variety thing. All righty, I just, if any of you remember, I'd appreciate that.
Numbers.
Epson 786. So I tried to write in on my copy like what's missing, like what's, all righty. Reading of previous month's minutes, which is Fernando. Did anybody have an opportunity to go over them?
I did look at them and they were in order.
Everybody, okay? Any objections? Would somebody like to put them in?
A motion to accept the June 2025 Palm Beach soccer minutes.
All righty, the June portion of the recreation programs minutes for June 2025 are, I don't even know what I'm saying, approved and accepted. Treasurer's report, we're going to have to wait for Amanda. However, did everybody get an opportunity to take a look at those?
Yes.
I would still like Amanda to
She's on her way.
okay, to speak on those before we approve those. Open comments from membership, recreation. Anybody out there have anything they'd like to discuss? Anybody? Please step up if you'd like.
Is he going to serve you anything?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's coming up too. All right. If you can just turn your microphone on and state your name. All right.
I think what guy lost.
Okay. I say I love soccer. That's what I tried to say. No, this morning.
If you can state your name for the record.
My name is, first name is Luis, L-U-I-S, middle name M for Miguel, last name Guillen, G-U-I-L-L-E-N.
All right.
I was coming from church with my wife to pick up my grandson. We're planning to put my grandson in soccer. He's 3 years old right now. He'll be 4 September 14.
Okay.
And I saw the sign about soccer. My daughter and my son, they went to Okie Healy. That's where they start playing in AYSO.
345.
All right.
And then, but they live right across the street, my grandson and my daughter.
All right, great.
So we're planning to take him to Okie Healy Park, AYSO, or Wellington. But I said, I think they have something here.
All right.
So that's what I told we have something to do right now, but I said, no, I want to go to that meeting and see if it's possible that he can be, I don't know how you organize by age, or
Yeah, so what year was he born?
he was, like I say, he's 3,
So he's gonna be
2020 to
All right, so he would be.
21.
he'd
You
be
better at math than me.
He'd be eligible to play in the under-6 program.
I'm sorry?
He would be eligible to play in our U6 age group. So
I love he's in we just came from jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
And he's doing with kids five, pretty much 5, and he's tall, he's big. So,
all right.
but I think
So what we're going to do when one of our board members comes in, his name's Fernando.
Fernando.
If he doesn't come in today, I'll give you his number.
Okay.
And you can contact him. We have a waiting list, and what he's doing based on the people that register is whether or not we have room to put them in. Because
Okay.
the registration closed, but we're still taking people on an as-needed basis.
Okay.
So what I will do is I will get you guys together.
when they going to start? Which you have
Saturday is the first game.
Saturday, and he's going to be back here.
Right back here.
Okay, and how much is the cost, or how we pay monthly or
It's a one-time fee.
One-time fee.
And I'm not quite sure what it is right now with the late fees and that. It's I think like $220 or $240. I'm not even sure how much it is. Our
For the
normal
whole season.
registration is like $130, $150, depending on when you register.
that's including uniforms and all that? Okay, great. I think that's it. Those are my questions.
All right. So if you want to stick around
Would
for a
they
little
play?
bit,
I mean, they said they play like a tournament in here, or
all here.
Everything happens
against
here.
Other teams within our club.
okay,
Okay, so this is the recreation program.
Right.
And when they get a little bit older, they can possibly get to the
To
competitive level,
travel
which is
team.
like the travel team.
right.
Okay.
So okay, so how many teams do you have, like by age? So
There's
till
about,
which
I think
age?
this year, I think there's in the recreation program, I think we have about 54 teams.
54. Wow, that's great.
His age group, there's, I believe, 7 teams, 7 or 8 teams.
10 game
There's probably gonna end up being 8 teams because we have enough on the waiting list.
Excellent.
Are you interested in doing any coaching, volunteer coach for your?
I'm
Because I can guarantee we have a team for your grandchild.
I was assistant coach for a travel team. I did it in Wellington, and
Okay.
then, but it was travel team.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna be the coach of the
for my
8
son.
teams.
That was for my son.
And
And my son
while
went to
you're
college, and he played in
While
college.
you're sitting waiting for Fernando, I want you to think if you'd like your practices on Tuesday, Thursday, or on Monday, Wednesday, and at 5:30 or 6:30. It's your choice since you're going to be the coach. All righty?
I have to ask my wife. If
All righty. Sean, please get his information, Sean. Thank you, Louis. Nice
Thank
meeting
you. I appreciate it. Thank you, all of you.
All right.
Thank you.
I got my wife coaching my stuff tonight.
Unfinished business, and we've got kind of a lot of things to go over, so I'm gonna try to go through here with what I can read. Rocco, I wanted Rocco to speak up on the new goals and the securing of the goals. Rocco went out there and he took care of all of the field stuff. If you can just kind of give everybody an update.
Your microphone. Turn your microphone.
Press your little button.
Okay, so new locks have been put on Field 1's U19 goals, Field 2's U12, U14, and Field 3 and 4 for U12 and U10. 2 sets on U10 and then the one U12. They're all new locks, cables, all bolted down, ready to go for Saturday. Amanda's helped me a great deal with getting the competitive teams their keys. They're not always the most patient with it, so they've been contacting me. And that's great.
And I'd like you to set the tone for that relationship.
Yes, no,
Alrighty.
understandable, yes, absolutely. So everything is going well. The old goals have all been moved off the field for this week. And, yeah, so far there was one cable cut. I think Amanda found it last night. She replaced the cable. So
Okay.
when I left the field last night, everything was in order and those goals were being put back where they were going after competitive training.
So as of right now, there are no no goals that are unlocked.
Correct.
Out there. All right.
Correct.
And thank you for noticing that broken goal.
Yeah,
And
that was not
you
staying on the
set
field.
that by the dumpster?
Yep, ready to go for the garbage.
All right.
Yep.
Also, this is checks so they should be in any day.
Perfect. And I did look also on the other clips.
There you go.
Those have been fine, yes.
Yeah, its matching partner over there, were you able to take a peek at that one? And just because
It's back by the school fence.
was it in decent condition
The
though?
net's terrible, but the structure itself was okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And thank you for getting everything organized like that. For the record, Fernando Casale is present, Diego Capella is present, and Amanda Lamb, the treasurer, is present. And if we can go back to the recreation treasurer's report. Amanda?
Oh, wait a minute, before that, Amanda, mail needs ink.
Yes, thank you.
760,
Epson
780.
786. If you could take a look at your minutes, I wanted to make sure everybody saw that I actually need it. And it comes, the black comes in a 2-pack, and then there's a 3-pack of colors, or it comes 1 black and 3 colors. I'm sure you can
And I can,
figure it out.
Amazon, it's fine.
Amazon's fine, wherever's cheapest.
All right, very good. Okay, for recreational checking, the beginning balance was $52,577.24. Ending balance was $102,440.42. Recreational savings, beginning balance for the month of July was $10,684.77. Ending balance, $10,685.13.
Would anybody like to make a motion?
I'm going. I had to open it up, sorry. I make a motion to accept direct checking for July, starting with $52,577.24, ending with $102,440.42. The savings started at $10,684.77, ended $10,685.13.
Anybody like to second that? All righty,
I second that
the
motion.
treasurer's report for the recreation program for the month ending June 30th, is it?
July.
Your July 30th? 31st, will be accepted and approved. Getting back to where we finished off. Our uniform vendor, we decided to go in a different direction with our uniform vendor, giving an upstart company an opportunity. We were able to meet with them the other day. The product looks absolutely outstanding. The prices are just as good as the product. Several of the team's uniforms were dropped off. We were promised the final batch, which should be tomorrow. Let's just stay on top of that, and hopefully we have all that in place.
Did you happen to ask him about pennies? Because I didn't order any yet, and people are asking.
That's part of the accessory thing that he was supposed to bring with
Okay.
him. Any additional things, accessories, cones,
Okay.
pennies, the
I do
balls,
have extra
obviously.
pennies on the competitive side that you can give.
Okay.
And, yeah, if I hear another thing about pennies, I think for those of you that were on that email, to see how I feel about somebody asking about pennies. So, and that wasn't a refund even offered, just sorry you're not happy, bye. All right, that's that. So we'll find out tomorrow whether or not he's able to take the whole order in. For those that weren't, who was there, Amanda and Vanessa were there, saw them. I mean, the quality, I mean, these look like competitive jerseys to me. Adidas, like, I mean,
Gray colors.
look fantastic. Look fantastic.
The only comment I have for the uniforms is the shorts.
Well, with the numbers on them, I'm a little scared about the numbers.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the colors.
All right.
That's gonna require that we're gonna need to buy extra for every different color, when before we had only black.
I agree with that. I thought we had told
That's the only
him,
thing I don't like. I prefer black
and
for
I'm
everybody.
almost positive, I told him black shorts, no numbers. So the fact that he showed up with the colors and the numbers, his first time, let's see how it works out in the future.
Yeah, numbers
I
are-
want to go back to the black. It just gives us more opportunity to mix and match and not worry about sizing and all that stuff. Uniforms look great.
I know maybe why he's doing it.
Oh, because he's looking for the competitive stuff, which is good. Let him. He's a startup guy. He's thinking big. If he takes care of us
Big, but,
and he
you're doing
continues to give us
the
good pricing, there's no reason why we don't take care of him. So
Can I ask, what's the plan with all the extra uniforms that we have right now?
we'll find something for him. We'll find something for him. It's
Donate to Prosper?
whether it's a donating thing or, there might be that future, we add an extra late team, maybe even for this season. You know what? The late team gets a different kind of uniform or something, until your regular uniform comes in or whatever. At least they have some type of standard looking Royal Palm thing where they're not having to wear a penny or a t-shirt. Cool. So, just efficient. Why give away if we can use it somehow?
Are you okay with me?
Last season, we tried to put it together a couple teams,
Yeah.
and that's why we know order two different teams.
All right.
Are you okay with me taking 17 teal socks for my U15 girls? Just so when we play the U16 girls this weekend, that there's something different in the sock color? From rec.
Well, don't they have black and white?
Yeah.
So why doesn't one wear black, one wear white? Sucks.
Because nobody has black shorts. And my coach,
Order
The
delivered
shorts,
tomorrow.
the competitive black shorts haven't come in yet?
Some have come in, but there's some that are going to be on back order.
So what are they wearing?
so I'm wearing, I was going to propose, I was going to propose that we wear white, all white with the teal socks, and then the U16s wear pink, white, white, so that we're separate.
Well, you have
So the 16 girls don't have black shorts either?
Nobody has black shorts.
Nobody has black shorts.
Very few have black shorts. I get an order tomorrow, so I'll see what came in for that, and then I will be able to get
we
another order
can't
Thursday.
use, realistically, how many new players do we have? Why can't they wear last
Most are
year's?
the returning players that don't have them.
Mine whole team is almost new.
All right.
I don't know about their team, the 16s.
So is that going to set us behind on the rec side with the shorts?
No, travel.
No, but are you?
No, I just want
For
socks.
socks, I'm saying,
I
is
just
that
want
going to set
socks.
us behind?
No, they're
with the
they're
socks?
all from last year. They were from last year,
Oh,
extras.
I thought you were talking about the ones that come in.
No,
that
no,
just
no,
come
no,
in.
I'm
Yeah,
extra.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. That's what I'm saying. Why, let's not mess up a rec set.
Yeah, no,
For
I would
like a
never.
weekend. That's why, yeah, of course, yeah, that's the whole purpose
Yeah, okay.
of the extra stuff.
Okay.
Need them when there's an emergency of some sort.
Majority is going to be coming in
As
this
opposed to
week.
Amy's response, just do it and don't tell him, like I didn't hear that. So, let's see. Bylaw ratification workshop. So I printed out the bylaws, and I had spoken with Bill about this last month. I printed out the bylaws. My most recent copy that I have electronically actually is August 19th, 2014. Bill was able to pull the one up with the state, and there's no date on it. However, I know for a fact this one is more updated because in my copy, the vice president is not a board member, where the vice president is a board member on this one, so I know this is the most updated one, yeah. So what I have been doing for the last, about 3 weeks, 2 weeks? Last 2-3 weeks, I'm going over and I am putting modifications and amendments into the bylaws, and then at which time we will hold a workshop, a ratification workshop meeting where we go over them and we accept them or make further modifications or what have you, not do them. And that's how we get a little bit more current. One of the, and just, oh geez, looking at mine, there was something in there dealing with like.
Might I make a recommendation also? Mm-hmm. All right, I'll make a recommendation. So they haven't been looked at in a long time, like Mal said. And unfortunately, this is what the organization runs with. So he's going to put together a committee to take a look at this. What really needs to happen is it needs to be reviewed every single year to be brought into the 21st century as modifications get changed. And what I would do is I would not only look at it every single year, but by the AGM, that should be the time that you vote on all this.
The AGM, every AGM will be voted on whether or not we maintain the bylaws as is, or if any additional modifications or amendments are needed to them. And that keeps us current, that keeps us in line with everything. So I will let everybody know a scheduled date for that to happen and how we will set that up. New business. Concession stand was cleaned. Thank you to who all was out there, Amanda, Amy, who else?
Sandy.
Barb, Tina.
All right.
We had one volunteer, and myself.
All righty. So thank you to everybody that cleaned it up and got everything organized. I have asked Amanda and if it's okay with the village, of course, we would be providing a key unless the village would like to be the one that changes the locks themselves. So let me know which route you'd like to take. However, I would like a new lock put on the concession stand and a different lock entirely put on the storage room. Okay, and we will distribute the keys accordingly for as need basis. Right now, for the concession stand. Yes.
The concession, the alarm, if you open the back door.
That hasn't worked in I don't know how long.
Yeah, like a dead.
Never mind.
Can we get back to the keys also?
Yeah.
While you got that, can we get a security rated key locking system for both the concession stand and for the lock, so this way keys can't be duplicated? No,
just a key. They've got certain keys you're not
You guys
allowed to
have
make up.
some of your properties over here, certain keys that cannot be duplicated at Home Depot and stuff like that. They're security grade keys that are a little bit better than a regular little Schlage key that you
School district.
School districts and stuff like that. So this way he can keep track of the amount of keys and they can only be cut through the professionals.
So if you guys are able to change the locks and then give us copies, that's one route. The other route would be we would have the locks changed ourselves and we would provide you with the keys, either way. I have a feeling I know which way it'll go, but I thought, all righty. So for key distribution for the concession stand, Barb, who is our concession manager, or her head concession person, Barb Pinto, Amanda Lamb, and myself will be provided with the key for the concession stand. The back room, Rocco, Vanessa, myself, and Fernando will be given a lock for the storage room. If Fernando does not want one, we will not give it to him.
Listen, my set, I give it to Rocco like this yesterday, right? Yesterday? Yeah. Like that. So he got all, I got zero. When I go to the park and it's closed, I go home.
All right, you guys can argue after the meeting. All righty.
Like that.
Also, Amanda, I believe you and Barb we're going to update the names on any existing accounts that we have. Actually, we should only have one additional one, because one of the things that thank you, one of the things we discussed would be that we will no longer be hopping from place to place for supplies. We're going to get a new supplier with delivery. All of our items will come from that place, which means that we will offer less products, which will make it a little bit easier to run the concession stand. Additionally, if there is a particular item that is in high demand that one vendor does not carry, we will utilize one wholesale place, and that wholesale place would only have the names of Barb and Amanda on them.
Okay, so can I, real quick? So we did get a hold of Cheney Brothers. They are able to give us at most everything, but they don't have candy anymore. So we're going to have to use, I'm suggesting we use BJ's. It's close. The membership is the cheapest. And they have pretty much everything we need.
All right, and that's
And they
not,
deliver.
and candy is not every week we have to go item, so you
Right.
can get extra, put it in there. Yeah, that might be a two-time stop for the
Exactly.
season, so that's
Exactly.
fine.
So there are a few other things on the list, like they don't offer body armor. So if we want to continue to carry that, that would be something that we would need. The nice thing about Cheney Brothers is that they are a Coke distributor. Correct. So that we don't have to have Coke and Cheney Brothers, so they can
One-stop
can
shop. One-stop
they can
shop.
provide that. So it'll just be that and Cheney Brothers, and I'll meet with Barb at some point this week, and we'll get our BJ's
The one other good
membership.
thing too with Cheney Brothers too, I've dealt with Cheney Brothers in the past, and I've dealt with Cisco, because we're a 501c3. If you provide them the tax exempt form, they will not charge the tax. And when they do the deliveries, they set a time up, usually of like a 3 or 4 hour window. They give you the printout right then and there of exactly what your bill is, and then you just send it in based on your account.
All right.
They said that I would have access to a portal, and I can pay with the portal.
Good, good.
And I already did all the applications, are ready to go.
All right, good. All righty. Additionally, for the concession, I've asked Amanda to purchase a inexpensive safe for the concession stand. We will hire somebody, and with the village's approval, I'd like to be able to bolt the safe down into the cement flooring, if that's not an issue. The safe that we selected is no higher than 2 feet long, or high. 6 cubic. Yeah, 6 cubic feet. I had to look all that up. It's less than 2 feet high.
The pictures I sent had the dimensions.
It looked so big. It looked so big in the picture. I'm like, why do we need something that big?
So just so you know, it was supposed to be delivered today. They got to my door, and they said, "Oh, we have the wrong package for you." And they tried to give me like something that was in an envelope like this, and I'm like, "You're supposed to deliver a safe to me."
All righty.
So yeah.
So, Ron, if you can get back to me on that also. With regards to operating the concession stand, so Barb will be the lead on the concession stand. We will then have 2 paid volunteers where they will not work at the same time. One would work in the absence of the other. Additionally, we would have 2+ volunteers, preferably, the word I'm thinking of, preferably.
It's for Barb.
Oh, okay, so I was like, don't give me no keys.
Great for community service hour type of things. So, and then,
She knows
take it from there.
I just want to make sure.
This one. One of the things when going over the bylaws, and that we have to fix up, I had erroneously as much as it breaks my heart, because as you guys can see, he's a great help. And he is still going to serve in any capacity that we ask him to serve in. I'd like him to be that additional advisor, like Sleepy down there. So Bill, as far as him being an elected board member, I had erroneously placed him on the board. So that being said, he will no longer be considered an official board member, yet he will have a lot lot of inner dealings with the program nonetheless, serving on committees and the whole
So
other.
basically, I'm not going to have a vote. That's basically what it
In a sense, yeah, like our other one down there. So
Ability whatsoever. But still, he still wants me to be on the emails and the chats. And all that stuff.
he will still be involved, and like I said, Bill is somebody that, number one, he's our competitive scheduler. He's been around for a while. He has a lot of knowledge with things, and he'll most likely be sitting on, if not heading, several of our committees. So thank you, Bill, for what you have already done and what you'll continue to do, hopefully. Recreation, still, level 1 background requirements. Those, if anybody has not yet completed their level 1 background thing and they are a coach.
18 people.
How many?
18.
Are you serious?
Between assistant coaches and coaches.
Wow.
Yep, and I'm harassing them.
Wow. All righty.
And so
So
is Fernando now.
what we can do is they will not coach this weekend. I mean,
That's
it's.
what I want to make sure.
That's it.
because-
And you know what? Worst case scenario, if I have to stand at one game for 5 minutes, leave them coachless, go to another field, do that game, and then maybe it'll show people how serious this is. So send something out and say, per me, anybody that is not fully completed their level 1 background, which is nothing.
Wait. Be sure that you explain include also the safe sports and everything.
Yeah,
exactly.
she's doing all that stuff with that. If their level 1 requirements are not completed in their entirety by Friday, 5 o'clock, they will not be anywhere on that sideline, coaching that team or interacting with the
The
kids.
5 o'clock when?
Friday.
Friday. Are you going to postpone the game, or are you going to just allow the game to go through?
Game will go. I will speak with the referees and let them know we're going to have some bouncing coaches.
Okay.
So,
So I'm not going to print their lanyards.
what's that?
I'm not going to make their lanyards if they don't have their requirements, so then we know for
Make
sure.
them
that
just in case they do get them done.
I mean, I can,
You have
okay,
them, you know what I mean, available.
but that's what that sheet is.
Well, they're going to have to, because it's our in-house program. All right, it's our in-house program, and we're not going to have the kids penalized because the volunteers aren't doing what they're supposed to do. Additionally, we have lanyard IDs that have been made, which I think is great, that the coaches will now be wearing.
When we're going to pass that to the coach?
So this is what the coaches are going to all sign, and this is what you're going to get a copy of also. It has their name, their division, their team number. Then they're going to check whether or not that they got all their equipment, which is game balls, cones, bags, and pennies. And then it's going to have their badge on their ID badge is going to have their RM number. And then I'm going to, if they have done all their stuff, then I'm going to check that. And then they're also going to check that they got their coach's shirt, their badge, and then they're going to sign.
Perfect.
And we put the pictures on it so everybody can recognize who they're supposed
Perfect.
to be.
And make sure Pinto wears one of them too.
Okay.
All right. All righty.
I'll do this when they're signing, when they're picking up the uniforms. I'm going to do this while they're picking up their uniforms. And they get their badge and their coach's shirt.
So some coaches is going to have the uniform and not the badge.
Well, they can also pick it up on
No,
Saturday.
if they don't have, if they don't commit, they don't
No,
commit.
if they didn't complete it, they're not.
No, if they don't get, if they don't complete anything, they don't get no badge, they don't get no shirt.
But we're gonna give you the uniform.
Yes.
Because you can't penalize
Yeah.
the kids for, you know. With the addition of the lanyard IDs, we've also agreed that recreation teams will have a maximum staff of 2 people. It'll be the head coach and either an assistant coach or a team manager. And that's simply because we're being cheap. I mean, that's what that gets down to. Not going to pay for additional background checks for
Why?
adults.
They don't need it.
Yeah,
I mean, their games are scheduled.
An assistant coach can, you know what, if you need a snack person, that snack person can bring the snacks, give it to the assistant coach, and the assistant coach can give it to the kids on the sideline. It's not a big deal.
We don't pay for safe sports, right?
No.
Because you guys control the.
But we do pay for every manager or coach to register. So we get charged X amount of dollars for every recreation person. We get charged X amount of dollars for every concussion.
Three people register for one team.
If 3 people register for one team, only, what do you mean if 3? We're only going to do,
Because you provide the link, so
no, she is providing it to specific people.
if you give it to a coach, the coach can pass the link to.
Nope. They were told not to.
I understand.
But if they do, she has a record of who the 2 are supposed to be.
Yep. And they're not going to have a badge.
You're like gonna
And
tell
maybe
them to
asking
pay
the
it or
coach.
something, right? If they register or something, we get charged?
Nobody should.
No, I don't even want to go that route. What if I pay my own background? I don't even want to go that.
I'm not saying don't offer it to them. I'm saying if they do by mistake, hey, well, you need to pay us money.
Well, the ones that have, I've already said go ahead and pay them that because we were confused at the beginning. We were providing the link to the ones that were, so,
Provide is individual code.
No,
no.
they're only allowed to have 2 codes. The system
Like I told you,
has to
they
have.
can pass to somebody else if they want.
Yeah, but if it is, like I said, I'm not going to make their badge, so they can't. Yeah.
Somebody will reach out to me and I will pass it along to Vanessa, or that's twice that I've done that today. I'll pass it over to Amanda, or Amanda will check with me and just wait for me to say approved to make sure that I'm aware of all of it.
On our side, I'm thinking
Like
about,
with,
somebody passed to
the one
somebody that's supposed to be passed.
That's asking
Well,
now.
nobody should have the voucher.
Oh, I have a code, they asking me, I
His
was
wife was supposed to be the assistant.
I need to say no.
Sure, she didn't already take the thing.
They need to get with Amanda.
Which
And then she'll check and see if on that team there's more than.
It's one of Fernando's friends. All righty. This one, very serious. I am going to be soliciting, or whatever. That was bad. I am going to be searching because I believe our program needs legal representation, that we have a staff attorney. I will not be put in a position again where I'm standing there in the middle of a coaches meeting where somebody charges the front of the table and hands me something. Yeah, he could have handed me whatever. And the legitimacy of what I was handed, that's another thing. I'm not going to be harassed. I'm not going to sit here and allow people to do things either to myself or to other members of the program without having some type of legal representation that prohibits that. So that's probably going to cost the club some money in case we get some super, super cool attorney that for the love of the game.
Soccer, if you want me to give you his name, and he also has been sitting on different boards for soccer, he'll probably do you solid.
All righty, so we will talk. We'll talk about that. But does anybody have any objections with me going out and doing that? That could be also whether it's,
I think it's good for
enforcing rules, violations of the code of conduct. Again, I am tired of arguing and fighting with people. That is not why I'm up here. That's not what I signed up to do. And I used to have an afro. I used to be 6'5". I used to be 6'5" with my afro. And look at what I've been reduced to. All righty. All righty. But all joking aside, I mean, if anybody's opposed to that, please say something. I think it's for all of our good. This isn't being done specifically for me, but the protection,
I think
the
it's
board
good
as
for
a
the
whole.
protection of the whole entire club.
Right.
Have that backing.
All righty, call to order, or a motion for recreation adjournment?
Adjourn the first meeting before you start the second.
Yes.
I'm not on the board.
Wow.
Your number
Just
one
here to
advisor just gave you some solid advice.
Okay, he's the Speaker of the House then.
And your second advisor seconds him on that one over there, that you need to close the first meeting.
Somebody, anybody? Sean won't do it, I'm telling you right now. He
Motion
won't do
to
it.
close the recreational portion of the Royal Palm Beach Strikers soccer meeting at 7:14.
I second that motion.
The recreation portion of the board meeting is adjourned at 7:14 PM. The call to order for the competitive program at 7:14 PM. President's report. We have registered a bunch of our teams into various leagues, and we've registered them for tournaments. Our first tournament already took place this past weekend. Our U12 boys black team lost in the finals.
Where'd they go?
Brevard, Central Brevard, Merritt Island. So congratulations to them. Great way to get out there nice and quick, get your feet wet a little bit. This coming up weekend up at Vero, I think we have about 20 teams maybe in the Vero tournament. If that's,
We got a whole team?
yeah.
Is that this weekend?
This weekend is Vera. Now I know we have a new competitive scheduler, but I just wanted to say, our old scheduler used to do this really cool thing where, like, on tournaments, like when a lot of our teams were there, like would put together like a little time slot with all the teams playing at the tournament. It was pretty cool. And then what was that other thing he did?
We already have that set up already, buddy, but yeah.
What, with the record things?
Yeah.
Really? You went over that with him?
No, I just did it myself.
Oh, all right. I was going to say, I thought that was a Fernando thing. Oh, he's so sweet.
I have to just schedule my time. I got Diego time on my calendar.
Diego time.
He's like, you get space on Saturday? Yeah, sure. You could have the whole park for yourself.
But if you are able to do something, obviously that's not something that's, the scheduling comes first, obviously. If you have any free time, we're able to put something like that together. All right.
Put something together.
It's just nice being able to see the records of each team, wins, losses, ties, that kind of stuff.
As long as they give me the information, we will put it together.
All righty. What else? Treasurer's report for the competitive program.
Okay, the competitive checking account, at the beginning balance was $100,061. $323.79. Ending balance was $227,532.14. The competitive savings account, beginning balance was $50,054.60. And ending balance was $50,056.30. And the stipend account remained at $223.75.
Motion to accept treasurer's report for competitive accounts. The checking account started with $161,323.79, ended with $227,532.14. The savings account was $50,054.60, ended with $50,056.30. and the stipends was $223.75.
All righty, the treasurer's report for the competitive program for the month of July 31st, ending July 31st, 2025, will be accepted and approved. I have one request, if we can, with the account names, if we can modify, or actually just altogether change the name of that account as, instead of it being stipend account, if you can put the coach's account. Registrar referee report, I missed on the first one, that was completely wiped out, I guess. Shinoy's not here, so we will shelf the registrar and the referee report till next month. League reports, this is normally where we talk about NP1 Sunshine Conference, FSPL, TFL, SFU, EDP. I'm going to name Diego the representative of the NP Sunshine League. So all things relating to the Sunshine League, Diego will keep us advised, and he will provide information regarding that league and its events. TFL and EDP and SFU looks like they don't exist anymore, at least for the fall season. They folded for the fall season, and all of our teams that were participating in the South Florida League are now being dispersed amongst the EDP and the Florida League.
That has been completed.
Couple of coaches requested information or a link about that South Florida. Absolutely not. We're not sending our teams down to Dade County.
The old Dade City League.
Yeah, I'm not. And we're not going to support that. That's all that's going to do is be a new South Florida League.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of opportunities to play further up north, make it easier for our teams. Open comments for membership, for competitive, there's nothing going on there. Level 2 background requirements for comp coaches. Unlike what we did with the rec programs volunteers, our competitive coaches and team managers are required to do the level 2 background requirement. I have already asked Vanessa and Amanda to remove them completely from our program. If they have not yet completed that, they can be added to the program once they do complete them. But as for now, they should not be on TeamSnap. They should not be on any rosters. Done.
Two
All right.
have been removed.
All right. This is, again, we're not going to handhold people. I mean, we're putting you in charge of kids. And if you can't follow regular instructions, you can't give instruction then. That's the way I see that. As opposed to the recreation program with the maximum two staff members, the competitive will have a maximum of 3. That would be a coach, an assistant coach, and a manager, or however they want to do it, a coach, 2 assistant coaches. Knock yourselves out, you only get 3 spots. The days of the 5 managers and the 3 assistant coaches, that's over with. There, no more than 3 non-players on the bench. That's it. Are you okay with that, Diego?
Yeah, we got to save your money.
Listen, Diego's happy. He's got the whole park in the afternoon Saturday.
And pretty much one full team.
Diego's gone above and beyond. He's even cutting a lot of his players out. So he's really making some very good cuts for us.
Enough for one full team now. With an extra.
Web guy.
Uniform web guy. You should have never said that to me because I can't stop saying it now. Uniform uniform status, I was going to ask about, obviously, we don't have the black shorts, I guess.
Well, I had 3 rounds of uniforms show up. I handed everything out, so the only thing really is missing is some are missing the entire black kit or just the shorts, depending on the sizes. They were back ordered. And like I said, I'm going to be getting a uniform order tomorrow, and I will get another one on Thursday. Most should already all be there, other than the late ones that signed up just recently after the cutoff.
All right.
So we have probably, I believe there's like 10 girls that will be missing stuff. I tried to do it to where it's just the ones that are returning. At least the new ones will have it. The returning ones can wear black.
All right.
I have a few boys and the lower age group, and I have a few boys in the higher age group. But other than that, most of it will already be here.
All right. All right. Good, good, good. And I would like to, just out of just whatever, I'd like to do a comparison between the two. That I just want to see how big of a difference it is.
I have a loaner one that I
Alright.
screwed up on myself that I have at home that I can let you.
All right, well, let's see, because like I said, minus that thickness,
Right.
boy, those were great.
Yeah.
The rec ones are just a little thick, a little heavy.
They're not soft. It's this material.
Is that what it
It's
is?
this one, yeah. It's not the new
How's the
Soccer
back?
Pro.
Feel the back real quick.
Oh, God.
We walked into that one.
Why would I even do it? It's stupid.
All right.
Oh, my God.
All righty, we agreed, we're moving forward with the normal game scheduling. We're going to pretend there's nothing going on with regards to fields. If field things happen, we will modify accordingly. That will also include our slam tournament. Let's go full force ahead, 12-5 through 12-7. I was thinking of, instead of calling it the slam tournament, we can call it the sand pit, because that's what the fields are going to look like.
How many teams did you guys have in that last year?
The first year was more.
After
than
August
last year.
29th, any change in the schedule will have a fee.
For the Sunshine?
Yeah.
All right.
So if we schedule games and then we need to change this because they're going to make the fields, we'll have to pay a fee, which I don't know how much it is.
All right, when is the last official scheduling date?
August 29,
The last
schedule
official,
is blocked.
but when is the last official play date?
Oh, it goes on.
May 10th.
Oh, so it does go that deep.
And we don't have pretty much, we have 24 games to play.
24, if there's a way for you to, let's be finished with that, or at least, for your home games at least, let's be finished with your home games. No later than March. So don't schedule any home games in April or May.
I will try, but we are pretty much playing double Saturday, Sunday to catch up because it's 24 games and we don't have so many weekends to play.
All right, so you better get
Pretty
busy
much,
then.
we have everything covered. I dropped tournaments because we are not going to be able to play tournaments.
I didn't realize 24 games, it's a lot of games.
A lot of games.
It's a lot of games for a league.
If you have some of the same teams that are playing in the 2 different leagues, if you want to double them up, I can double up your games too. Just get with me on that and we'll try to schedule them together.
It's not often a team plays more games than they have players, you know what I mean? It's,
They would play a lot. He's been texting me and emailing me all this week. He's doing
all right.
He's moving up.
All right, he's getting there. I have faith. I never doubted him. I never doubted him.
They will come, Diego.
New business, the competitive teams have moved back to CATS as of Monday. We're there.
Finished with the schedule? So we can post it?
Yeah, it's been posted. I sent it on the, you're not on the team snap?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Oh.
looked at it.
No, well, that's where it's posted.
The problem was solved.
Why don't the schedule I send it to you? You are supposed to be correct and send it to me back to me.
But I couldn't put it on the paper because I was getting kind of yanked around by their counterparts over there.
So, you know, I had teams yesterday, they want to practice in field 2.
What, competitive?
Yeah, because they see
No.
the schedule, field 1, field 2. They don't know how to read the times.
Well, today, I got 3 phone calls today wanting to know what were the 2 fields that we're practicing at Seminole. I said, it's only 1 field. No, there's 2 fields. No, one says 6 o'clock, the other says 7:30. It's the same field. It's,
Same for guys.
yeah,
No one in 2.
yes, just read the top, like it's in big letters.
They
like-
want to move in 3 rec teams because they want to practice in field 2.
Yeah, so field 2, no comp. No comp. So we no longer are using the elementary school, we're no longer using Camila, and we're no longer using the one out here, Ewing. We're no longer using that, you know, I mean, that is a public one, so anybody that wanted to do that outside of it being organized with our club, you know, that's a whole nother ballgame. Seminole. So Seminole, the permit, we were supposed to actually start over there 2 weeks ago. They asked if we can wait a week because football needed it for something. No problem. I said no problem. We're still working with the background stuff anyways. So we're pushing the background stuff. Finally got the background stuff completed, submitted the paperwork. And on this past Friday, I was given the go to go ahead and we can use the field on Monday, which was yesterday. The cost of using Seminole has increased. I think it's excessive. Not sure how it used to be when the county was operating things over there, what the arrangement was with the village.
It used to be
But it
years
would
ago.
but it would be really nice if it was that same arrangement again.
It used to be $125 for the permit. That's what it was going
All right.
years ago.
So, and then they also passed some law recently.
Per player.
Yeah, is it per player per team or something?
player.
Yeah, per player, like $5 per player,
That's it.
in addition to the permitting stuff and just
Just pay for the field and then the
feeling the
lighting.
lights.
Yeah, it used to be $125 for the
But they
permit.
jacked it up.
That's what it was. And now, because of everything that's going on, and I know it's still being argued with the county, there's a new county administrator that's starting, but they want to do a $5 per head every time somebody steps on the field to use it, which is ridiculous because it's going to kill a lot of these clubs. I know one of the baseball clubs out in the acreage said it'll cost them about $50,000 if they were to do that. So there's arguments going back and forth on
Yeah.
that.
And who's going to count it?
And
You're gonna have somebody out there every
nets
night
out there,
counting?
no nets out there either.
I'm counting the payment.
What's,
$20 an hour for the field and then $20 an hour for the lights. When I was treasurer, but that was.
Years ago.
That was 2011, 2012.
but again, there's different levels. There's different levels of like a hierarchy with regards to the costs and that. We used to fall in the category recreation sports provider, but they've kind of like divided us, our program as a whole, said you guys can't fall under that. So now you are a non-recreational sports provider, which puts us one lower on the totem pole, and it also jacks our fees up higher, which is, whatever. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, we
We need to have a conversation with Greg Weiss.
what do you mean, the additional fields?
You need to have a conversation.
Oh, the forest.
You really need to lean into Greg Weiss and have a conversation with him.
Well, he's not, there's 2 guys there, none of them's
He's
good.
he's the big wig over it.
There's a guy named,
Like
Adam?
tens of thousands of dollars of balls are in that mess.
I know them, but White
Maybe when they're clearing out for the new rec center, they can just
It's
clear out
it's
that
very
way.
expensive. And now we're growing, it's just,
Huh?
it's very costly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's,
And they should be able to work out an agreement with the village.
Yeah, because
We don't
it's
have the
just
space in the
marsh.
village.
I mean,
Why
not
don't we
even
go to
marsh,
them,
it's
to
just
the local and say, hey,
mosquito
listen,
infested.
we're doing work over here.
And you could put
because we're
smaller
supporting each other.
fields there,
But that's something that they're gonna.
right up to the fence of Crestwood, which is further than the concession. The concession stand is here
So-
by field 1 and 2 down.
so hopefully, once this
Saying it's
project
a
is
very-
completed, guys,
It's wasted space right now.
so hopefully, once this new project is completed, we'll be able to have more field usage here at Cats, and it'd still be nice. I mean, I still, you
Another
know,
idea?
Seminole is still a very valuable asset to us. I just wish it was a little bit more cost-efficient for us.
Ron?
I'm also going to have to sit and talk with them, and Amanda, it is very, very, very important when we have field closures that you notate and keep track of the field closures, because not going to pay for
Charged.
when we don't use them. And
Ron,
that's-
do you have any idea that in the area that they just added those cages and stuff, all that new equipment, behind that, where it's still open space, are they adding any more there, or is that just going to stay open space?
Yep.
I was wondering if there was any way, if maybe Diego had a good idea, that maybe we could cement that area and add some workout equipment.
I usually do it all the time.
No, the one on the other side where the garage is, yeah, behind where all those electrical fencing areas, just like a slab of cement, and then, you know, other people from the village can use it. You know, like not a monkey bar. He has some pictures and things, but to use it more for like,
Not sure if they'll allow you to do that, though.
some workout.
That's it. Anybody have anything else?
Yes.
Yes.
Can we talk about the fields and cuts?
Yes.
The lines?
Yes. The
So-
perfect time.
So field number 2, the layout that you guys have is
Whatever
completely
things
off.
that we can cement in, and then
It's
maybe
like
we
a,
could
you
even
know, I
use
don't know,
like a little
30
storage
30 yards.
area.
Happened with that, Ron, where when you look at field 1, can't tell like if anything's different with that, but when you look at the space between 1 and 2, it is ginormous now. And what's weird is when you look at the space on the other side of line 2 and where the bleachers start,
It's huge.
that's even big.
It's like a 10 to 15 yard.
So I don't know if they squeezed it,
For me,
field number 2, or if they pushed field number 2 this way and then pushed number 1 way the heck over, something.
it looks like a Y.
No, it looks
It's
like they
like a
shortened it by
U12,
about 10 yards.
Width,
and the long way is a
Yes. Somebody's got the
U14.
wrong numbers on it, what they did.
I'm almost thinking they took the dimensions, you know how we put the U12 field inside, we put field number 3 inside of field number 2? I feel like they put the length of field number 2 and the width of field number 3 and made it one field.
Because it's only, I think, 50 yards or something.
Yeah, because the
Make it
space is
clear, we
huge
need
now.
field, on field 2, we need field 2 and 3.
So
both.
number 3 goes inside of number 2.
Also, field number 4, we had 2 center lines with 2 circles. So it's gonna be really confusing for Saturday.
Unless they go out.
Why, I'm not sure how that could happen.
They messed up with where you put the line, and they do another one with the other circle, so you had 2 circles.
Oh, really?
Well, that's what I tell Rocco,
Is
he's
there-
supposed to be go with Gabi.
I was gonna say, is the grass getting higher? Will the grass be cut one more time before Saturday, Ron, you know? All right, so maybe with a grass cutting and then maybe a refresher of the circle that's supposed to be there, that should be able to take care of.
And also on the little fields, they are not all layout. And also we need a U10 over there.
Yes. All right, so I'm his translator.
Español, español, por favor.
Okay, so just real quick, so in field number 2, we need field number 3 inside of that. And then in zone D, where we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, and 8 have not yet been lined, but also in a different color, we need field number 1, 2, 3, 4 in that area also. In zone D. Right?
Yep.
And I don't know if we're gonna need to get some green paint and fix the lines for field 4.
But I think when they cut the grass, and then if they, and then.
Saturday, I don't think the line's gonna go away.
Will
The
it?
line's not gonna be in 2
Even if
weeks.
they refresh the legit circle?
Green or black marking paint they could do something with it, just to mark it and something else.
Yeah.
Big Rocco
Come in,
Junior.
order a bunch of Sharpies.
Community hours for the
All right, does anybody have anything else?
I sent
Sean Hard Knocks tonight.
last month and the other one.
We only got one.
So,
I sent 1, 2 today. One in the morning, one 5 minutes before I leave the house.
Okay, we didn't get it.
I got that one.
You got that one?
so Sean is sending me a sign right now. As your secondary advisor, you can make your motion to adjourn your meeting.
At 7:41. I'm just an advisor.
Real quick, can we ask about the door, the lock on that back? I mean, they're gonna be changing anyways. The storage room, you're gonna be changing the locks anyways, but because the way they painted the door, you couldn't do the deadbolt
Yeah, the
up at the top.
deadbolt, when you turn the
That
key,
piece is
it's
broken.
really tough.
But it's broken, yeah.
Did somebody open in the concession, open the
Yes, the roller.
Did you guys open it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Because I'm trying to do this, and I'm not gonna touch it. Nope.
Oh, you think you got painted?
Painted overall, that's,
I don't know, I think something happened with the sprinklers. Hey, I think something happened with the sprinklers because the building, the concession stand, it's like all yellow now. It's really weird looking.
So the CRL will take care of that. Take the restaurant out. CRL?
yeah, it's not our colors.
Yeah. All right, motion, whoever wants to do it.
Motion to adjourn at 7:43 PM.
No, somebody has to second it. Somebody has to second it.
A second.
All righty. Adjourn.
Actually, use the hammer for once?
I